take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. I got you, punk. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time here with Brown. And he's got room. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Watch the shit. Watch the shit.
On play action, Winston. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. John Ross, 43 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Get in the white room. Get in the white room.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Go.
Running with Kamara. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
It's a big play there for the Patriots. 57 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. And it'll be intercepted. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
47.
Now Prescott trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Stay with Hey, 47. 26.
Throwing on second down. Prescott looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down, Panthers.
Under.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Check 56. Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Here's Kamara off the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running plays go backwards, so what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
Mike 52. Hey, check. Hey, Mike 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And they will advance this across midfield, but still well shy of a first as he's tackled at the 47.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Here we go, 46.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now. Start your comeback. But you're exactly right.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
52 the mic. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We're going to 54. Right here.
Third and long for Prescott. Open man is Michael Thomas. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, 47.
Prescott from the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Prescott to Michel on the dump-off. And he'll go down at the 28. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From the red zone now, Prescott to Michel on the screen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
47. 58, 26.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott for Keenan Allen. That's complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. To the air again. Prescott escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. Seibert's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 49 yards. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. To throw is Prescott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Bend it. Bend it.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Where we go? 52's the mark.
Kill. 47.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
26.
And again, it's Prescott. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
47.
Check 50. Check
26.
Prescott yet again. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
First down.
There we go. Kill.
58 to Delta. 58 to Mike. Watch the run.
26.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Seibert able to knock this one through. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is
I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. No yardage to speak of whatsoever. Leads to a third down. They couldn't get anything going there out of the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real duck.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there with his first career touchdown in his first career game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gould to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
First down.
A first down throw for Prescott. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Army.
On second down, it's Pollard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain. Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Again, it's Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And he will score! Touchdown, Patriots! This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Now Gold for the extra point. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Their own 22-yard line.
Here we
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their line.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go,
The Pats at the line, ready to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Foxborough. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Ready? Black 22. Here
we go. Back.
On 3rd down. It's Brown, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position back.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Thomas, the intended target. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Bell. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Hey, kill. 27, 26.
Prescott to throw it. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 17. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Let's go.
They'll run on first down. It's Brown, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. And Gould is able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Kamara. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
That throw into the arms of Allen. He's at the 30, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, Just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Pats, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.